My name is Liam, and for years my life was the same old story. I live in a small town in northern England where the sky always seemed grey and my life felt just like that. Every morning the alarm blared at 6. I dragged myself out of bed already exhausted. The commute was a blur of rain and traffic. My job, data entry, 9 to 5, staring at a screen, typing numbers. The clock seemed to tick backwards. I felt stuck, like I was wading through mud. After work, I'd collapse on the sofa, too drained to cook, walk, or even meet my mates. Weekends were a brief relief, but Sunday nights brought dread, the cycle starting all over again. I was burned out, not just tired. It was a deeper exhaustion, like the color had drained from my world. My dreams, travel, freedom, happiness, felt impossibly far away. I was just going through the motions, a robot on a conveyor belt. I knew I needed a change, but I had no idea where to start. Hopelessness was my constant companion, making it hard to breathe. I wasn't the cheerful person I used to be. My mates would ask if I was all right, and I'd just say, yeah, just tired. But it was more than that. I was lost, stuck in a routine that was slowly chipping away at my soul. The future looked like more of the same grey, repetitive days. One rainy Tuesday evening, something changed. I was scrolling on my phone, trying to ignore the dread of work, when I found a video. A guy, not much older than me, talked about quitting his boring job to work for himself online, freelancing and content creation. He was traveling, working from his laptop, and he looked free. That word, free, hit me hard. It was everything I wanted. Curiosity sparked. I spent the evening watching videos and reading articles about people making a living online. It wasn't a get-rich-quick scheme, it was about learning new skills, starting small and being consistent. The idea took root. What if I could do that? The next day at work, I couldn't stop thinking about it. The possibility of a different life, a life where I was in control, felt both scary and exciting. I didn't know anything about freelancing, but hope was stronger than fear. That night, I made a decision. I wouldn't quit my job, but I'd try to learn something new. I decided to look into freelance writing. I'd always been decent at English. Maybe, just maybe, I could write for people. For the first time in ages, I wasn't just dreaming of escape. I was looking for a doorway. I was ready to see if I could find the key. The first thing I changed was my routine. Instead of hitting snooze, I got up 30 minutes earlier to read about freelance writing. It was tough, but it felt like taking back control. My self-belief was at rock bottom, so I set tiny goals. Write one 500-word article a day just for practice. I wrote about anything, football, films, whatever came to mind. Each finished article gave me a small boost. The challenges were real. After work, I was exhausted and rejection emails piled up. My mates didn't get it. I felt isolated and foolish at times, but with every article, I improved. With every rejection, I learned. I started to see failures as part of the process, not a reason to quit. My confidence didn't explode overnight. It built slowly, one small action at a time. Each bit of progress was another brick in my new self-belief. I wasn't the same hopeless bloke I'd been a few weeks ago. I had a plan, and I was starting to believe it might actually work. I was moving forward step by step. After weeks of practice and rejection, it finally happened. I got an email that wasn't a rejection. A small business owner wanted me to write a blog post about gardening. The pay, 15 quid. It wasn't much, but to me it felt like $1 million. Someone was willing to pay for my words. It was the validation I needed. I spent the evening researching and writing, determined to make it perfect. The next morning the client loved it. Then I saw it. A PayPal notification, £15. I'd done it. I'd earned money online. That first payment was a turning point. It wasn't about the money, it was about the possibility. It proved my hard work wasn't for nothing. I went to my day job with a secret smile. My future wasn't tied to that grey office anymore. From then on, my mindset shifted from, I hope this works, to, I know this will work. I used that article as a portfolio piece and sent out more proposals, this time with confidence. More jobs came and the rejections didn't sting as much. I was no longer just trying, I was building a business. That first 15 quid unlocked my belief in a brighter future. With my confidence up, I doubled down on my routine and mindset. I wasn't just escaping a job, I was building a business. I tracked my income, even the small amounts, and kept learning. Small jobs turned into bigger ones. I found regular clients and my income grew. The day I made over $100 in a single day was a milestone. The impossible goal was now my reality. The day I handed in my notice at my 9 to 5 was one of the best of my life. I left with gratitude. Burnout had pushed me to find a better way. My life is different now. I work hard, but it energizes me. I set my own hours. The stress is gone, replaced by purpose. My life is no longer gray. I've reclaimed it. Earning $100 a day isn't about the money, it's about freedom. It all started with one decision, to believe I was capable of more and to take that first small step. If you're feeling stuck, know you can change your story. It starts with believing in yourself.